Samantha had always loved walking home from work late at night. The city of San Francisco, California, was quieter after dark, with the air cooler and the streets almost empty, save for a few passing cars. She adored the solitude. The silence made her feel at peace, away from the noise and bustle of the day. It gave her time to reflect on her thoughts, to listen to the hum of the world around her, and to enjoy the peaceful rhythm of her routine. But tonight something felt off. As she strolled along the narrow streets lined with old brick buildings and moss-draped trees, she noticed the street lamps flickering overhead. The warm, golden light they cast seemed dimmer than usual, and the shadows they created stretched unnaturally long, like dark fingers reaching for her. She shook off the unease that crept up her spine, thinking it was just her imagination playing tricks on her. As she walked on, the sound of her footsteps was the only thing accompanying her. But then, a faint echo of footsteps seemed to join in from behind. She paused, glancing over her shoulder. The street behind her was empty, the sidewalk stretching away into the night, lit only by the distant glow of streetlights. "Must be tired," she muttered to herself. "Nothing to worry about." But then the footsteps came again, closer this time. Her heart skipped a beat. She took a step forward, quickening her pace, trying to ignore the rising tension in her chest. The sound behind her didn't stop, but it wasn't just the rhythm of her own footsteps. It was as if someone, something was following her, matching her stride with an eerie precision. Samantha glanced over her shoulder again. Still nothing. She continued to walk faster, now feeling the prickle of fear spread through her body. The footsteps echoed in her mind, almost deafening. She turned the next corner, hoping to lose whoever or whatever was behind her, but the sound didn't stop. It followed her just a step behind. It was almost as though the presence was right there, walking so close that she could feel the weight of it. Samantha's pulse raced. She turned the corner, her feet pounding against the pavement as she tried to escape. But every time she increased her speed, the footsteps grew louder, closer. It was as if they were right there beside her, mirroring her every move. She couldn't outrun them. Her breath was shallow now, the adrenaline coursing through her veins. She dared a glance over her shoulder. Again, nothing. Just the empty street, bathed in the flickering light of the lampposts. But the footsteps, they were still there. Every time she moved, they moved with her. A sickening realization began to settle in her stomach. She could feel it now, the presence. It wasn't just the sound of footsteps anymore. It was something much worse. Something unseen but undeniable was walking right behind her. Without warning, she broke into a full sprint, her keys clutched tightly in her trembling hand. She needed to get to her apartment to safety. Her breath came in ragged gasps, and the sound of her own footsteps was drowned out by the loud echo of the ones behind her, matching her every move. Finally, she reached her apartment building. Her heart pounded as she fumbled with her keys, her hands slick with sweat. She glanced behind her, but the street was still empty. No one was there. Yet the footsteps, they were right behind her. Her keys rattled in the lock, and just as she managed to open the door, the footsteps stopped. For a moment, there was nothing but silence. Samantha stood frozen, her heart thudding in her chest, every muscle tensed, waiting for something to happen. Then came the voice. a low whisper from the darkness, so soft it sent chills down her spine.
I've been with
Samantha's
you all along.
blood ran cold. Her skin prickled, and her heart seemed to stop beating as she whipped around to face the empty street. Nothing. There was no one there. The street lights flickered again, casting shadows that seemed to stretch impossibly long. Terrified, she rushed inside, slamming the door shut behind her and locking it as fast as she could. She leaned against the door, her breath coming in frantic gasps, trying to steady herself. The world around her felt heavy, suffocating, and she couldn't shake the feeling that something was watching her. Later that night, after she'd convinced herself that she was safe, Samantha lay in bed, staring at the ceiling. She tried to push the encounter out of her mind, but sleep didn't come. Every creak and groan of the apartment seemed amplified in the silence. She kept her eyes open, waiting for the night to pass. But then it came again. The unmistakable sound of footsteps, this time right outside her window. Samantha's heart dropped into her stomach. The footsteps moved slowly, deliberately, as though the person or thing was pacing back and forth, waiting. She tried to ignore it, pulling the covers over her head, but the sound didn't stop. It came closer and closer, until it was right outside her window. The footsteps stopped, and a long silence followed. Samantha didn't dare look outside. She knew better than to look into the dark void beyond her window. She lay there, trembling, hoping it would go away. But she knew it wouldn't. Not tonight. Not ever. How did the story leave you feeling? Which jump scare had you on the edge of your seat? Let us know in comment. And don't forget to hit the like button if you're ready for more spooky tales.